But you know what? If you're going to live in Japan, for the next 10 years, you can't go around with an interpreter. It's a bit cumbersome, okay? And so what will you need to do? You will need to learn the language. Hello and welcome to 21 Days of Prophetic Advantage. I want to encourage you to please like, share, and subscribe. Hello everybody and welcome once again to our 21 Days of Prophetic Advantage. And we are on day 10. And this time around I want to speak about what I call prophetic literacy. Now, what is this? This is perhaps maybe one of the most significant things to learn in this time. You are going to enjoy the prophetic advantage this year. So let's look at it this way. Say, for example, you travel to a country like Japan or, South Korea or somewhere like that. I'm just using, a far country. And you get there. Listen to this. Everything is written in Japanese. Everything is spoken in Japanese. They have a certain culture, blah blah blah. The only way you will truly enjoy, think about it, television is in Japanese, radio is in Japanese, everything. The only way you will truly enjoy your stay there, is one, if you have an interpreter, that is there with you. So you are going to have to do everything through an interpreter. Or you have a translation app or something to that effect. At least those are available these days. But you know what? If you're going to live in Japan, for the next 10 years, you can't go around with an interpreter. It's a bit cumbersome, okay? And so what will you need to do? You will need to learn the language. You will need to learn the language to communicate, to understand, and, to really get the full benefit of the place, as it were. In fact, many countries or places, if you can't speak their language, they're kind of like sometimes snobbish to you, and you don't get the best of them. But when they see you understand their language, and you appreciate it, and you have the whole intonation, you understand the culture, and then blah blah blah. You get more favors. Now, the point I'm trying to say is, you see, heaven has a language. The realm of the spirit, the supernatural language, a realm has its own language. Now, God doesn't speak English. That's not God's language. God doesn't speak King James Version. So heaven has a language, and the supernatural realm has a language. And the sooner we learn the language, the better. That's why, when I teach about dreams interpretation, I said, basically, even though not every dream is important, yeah, but some are. And it's important to know when God sends you a message, that He sent you the message, that you got the message, but most importantly, that you understood it. If, a Japanese person is standing in front of you and trying to tell you that, oh, you know what? If you do this, I will give you $10 million. Or I have $10 million for you in a bank, blah, blah, blah. This is a document, just sign here, do this, do that. Because you don't understand the language, you will not know that you've been given $10 million. Meanwhile, you may be begging for $1,000. And you keep begging because, you don't understand the language. The same way, God, has given us things and is speaking to us, yeah, but we have not learned His language. So, this is why I say that you are coming and you need to pray to God to come into the season of prophetic literacy. So this is what it says in Isaiah 29 verse 11. The whole vision has become to you like the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one who is literate, saying, read this please. And he says, I cannot, for it is sealed. Take note of that. What he's saying is that, you can receive a vision. You can come into a season of multiplied visions where God is revealing visions and dreams and, prophecy, but you don't understand them. And so what is it like to you? It is like somebody who is literate. You are actually educated. You are given a book, but you read it, but it is coded. So, like the book of Revelations. The book of Revelations is written, it can be written in English in your language. You read that book, but you don't understand what it is. You don't understand the dragon, the 7 stars on the head, and all of that. Why? Because it's a mysterious book. It's a sealed book. And then he then says in verse 12, then the book is delivered to one who is illiterate, saying, read this please. And he says, I am not literate. Okay, so I am praying by God's Spirit so that you will no longer be illiterate. And why am I saying this? Listen to this. There are a lot of spiritual signals, and not just in dreams that you go along. This is how come I'm able to operate in the prophetic. I learned the language, and the line is not like there's a school. The Holy Spirit teaches you. Okay. Yes, you can go to a prophetic school, but then the Holy Spirit will teach you that, as you go along, as you are willing, and but it's important for you to become literate so that you can understand spiritual signals. If you also look at the traffic, if you don't, especially in places like England, in some other country, you just jump into a car and drive. But look, when you are in England, you need to understand the traffic signals. What do you do when you get to the roundabout? You give way to traffic on the right. There are certain signals that only drivers understand because they have learned the codes. And in the same way, the spirit world communicates through signals. And I am praying that you will understand and that God will give you the ability to interpret signs, symbols, and seasons. These are significant times. And God will send your answers to prayers. And it is my prayer that you will not miss your signs, your symbols, and your seasons. So that it will not be said of you, like I said in Psalm 82 verse 5, they do not know, nor do they understand. They walk about in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are unstable. Not like it was said in Job 33 verse 14, which says, for God may speak in one way or in another, yet man does not perceive it. If you enjoyed this, and you are inspired by this, I want you to first of all begin to pray right now and ask God to make you prophetically literate. Also push yourself, begin to study, get my books. I have a book on, unlocking your dreams and destiny, where I talk about dream language and symbology. And just begin to crave for more of this and begin to pray to God to teach you. And if you like this message and any of the others, I want to please encourage you to, be a blessing to other people by sharing it, share the link. Also like, and subscribe so that you can get more information like this. And also add your comment in the comment section. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you.